Coffee House at the East Side Bible Church. And I forget the road. It's in New York, Pennsylvania. I have, my brain goes both ways because we live in both places. Anyway, so that'll be August 11th. Will be the guest there, and my good friend and musical partner Nate Miller will be there as well, singing some of his songs too. And we'll probably do a couple together. Yeah. Andrew says hello. Hi, Andrew. How are you? Yeah, Andrew Brunette. He does the Andrew Brunette Show, and you will be hearing Andrew Brunette on Notespire Radio as well as many other shows as well. Yeah, we'll be telling you all about that in the next few weeks. Yeah. Hi, Andrew. Good to have you along. All right. September 8th, I will be, again, Nate Miller is going along with me. We're going up to Hudson Falls, New York for Sandy Hill Days. That's a Saturday afternoon. September 8th from 2:30 to 5, we'll be sharing our music on the gazebo in Jesscott Park in Hudson Falls, New York. 2:30 to 5, September 8th. Yeah, going to be a great time. So we hope that you will, if you're in the area, that you'll stop by. We'll try to put that on Facebook Live too. We did last year, and which leads me to a great hello to my good friend Matt Blake in Glens Falls. Matt, I hope your hand's feeling better, et cetera, et cetera. I know you're not, a little under the weather, but Matt will be there, I'm sure. And just as last year, he put us on Facebook Live, so that was great. All right, so that's September 8th. Then it keeps going, my friends. October 13th. Yeah, where am I going? Oh my goodness, only God could do this too. I'll tell you what, I got a call from my new friends that I haven't met yet at the Second Baptist Church. I'm not sure what happened to the first. The Second Baptist Church, get this, in Calais, Maine. That's Calais. Those of you who are French probably pronounce it Calais. Calais. She called it Calais, my friend Pat. Calais, Maine, and that's Saturday, 6:30 on October 13th. Oh, I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a drive, but it'll be a good drive up to Maine. Well, why not? Yeah, in the fall. Love it. So, yeah, that's going to be great. So, hope that you folks will be up there in the area of Machias and Calais and all those places there in Maine. We want to see you. That's October 13th. Where would you like me to sing? I would love it. Oh, sure. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Give me a call. Shoot me an email. I will come to your church and sing as well. It's what I love to do, as well as bringing you the greatest music in all creation right here on the Jesscott Music Hour. I'm going to be reading we got a devotional from Lynne Modranski called The Glory of the Lord. That is coming up right after a song that really kind of just hits home. With me, and it's just really, really great. It's March 4th. They're coming up, the March 4th Quartet with Feeling at Home right after this.
The greatest music in all creation.
That's what it is.
Jesscott Music Hour.
You can snap your fingers to this one if you want. Oh, yeah. Feel it at home. Here they are.
Feeling at home in the presence of Jesus, hearing him call me his own, just feeling at home, feeling at home, putting my feet right under his table, knowing I won't be alone, just feeling at home. Feeling at home. You couldn't have told me I'd find what I found, contentment and peace from above. Feeling at home in the presence of Jesus, laying way back in his love, warming myself by the fires of his spirit, camping right close to the throne, just feeling at home, feeling at home.
Feeling at home in the presence of Jesus, needed, happy and free, just feeling at home.
Feeling at home.
Feeling at home. Feeling accepted, loved and forgiven, part of his one family, just feeling at home.
Feeling at home.
Feeling at home.
You couldn't have told me I'd find what I found, contentment and peace from above. Feeling at home in the presence of Jesus,
laying way back in his love,
warming myself by the fires of his spirit, camping right close to the throne, just feeling at home. Feeling at home. Bum, 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 bum. Just feeling at home. Feeling at home.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, for our next attraction
is The Glory of the Lord. Yeah, from Lynne Modranski. Oh, thank you, March 4th. March 4th Quartet. Feeling at home. Yeah, I want to feel at home. Yeah, always. You know, I want to feel at home right here. And realizing also that our home, as we've put our faith and our trust in the Lord Jesus as our Savior, as our only hope for heaven, that we're not really home until we get there with Him. Yeah. All right. Andrew says, I don't know. I don't believe that was, Andrew. I won't, yeah. Okay. Anna Lynn is watching. Hello. But I'll double check on that, Andrew, for you. He says Elvis Presley was the first one. I don't believe it was, but I could be wrong. So I'm going to double check on that. But Andrew, I'm going to note here that you were the first one to respond to the question: who was the first artist that recorded "Put Your Hand in the Hand"? Okay, all right, got a free CD for the first correct answer, but I will double check on that. Okay, the glory of the Lord, Lynn says, Leviticus 9 verses 5 and 24 say this. Is that 5? Yeah, 5, 23 and 24. Or something like that. Okay. All right, anyway, it goes like this. They took the things that Moses commanded to the front of the tent of meeting, and the entire assembly came near and stood before the Lord. Then Moses said, "This is what the Lord has commanded you to do, so that the glory of the Lord may appear to you." In verse 23, Moses and Aaron then went into the tent of meeting. When they came out, they blessed the people, and the glory of the Lord appeared to all people. Verse 24, fire came out from the presence of the Lord and consumed the burnt offering and the fat portions on the altar. And when all the people saw it, they shouted for joy and fell face down. All right, Lynn says, every person I talk to wants to see God. They want to hear His voice, and we'd all love to see His glory firsthand. But few are willing to spend the kind of time that the Bible talks about. Now, if you read chapters 8 and 9 of Leviticus, you'll find a detailed account of everything that went on the day the people of Israel got to see the glory of the Lord in a big way. Because it's all condensed into 2 short chapters, we often don't consider how long the, quote, assembly, unquote, stood there worshiping their Creator. And if you've never watched someone slaughter an animal, you probably don't have a clue about the time involved. Now, as I read this passage, says Lynn, for the first time it hit me. These people were there all day. Now, even for the most experienced butcher, it takes a lot of time to carefully do the things that need to be done to butcher an animal and separate the unclean from the clean parts. Add to that the rituals that Aaron and his sons had to go through as they followed the meticulous instructions, and you'll discover they had a really long day. Lynne says, I've heard firsthand stories of places in Africa where they often see God move in marvelous ways. These faith communities experience huge miracles every time they meet. However, their meetings remind me of this Leviticus church record. Now, in one area of Africa, there's a huge open pavilion where a congregation of more than 500 gathers to worship each week. People begin coming early in the morning, and some in their fellowship walk for hours to get there. They worship together with song and testimony until it seems everyone has arrived. They share a meal and one or two messages with more worship, and as the day lingers, people will gradually leave at whatever time they need to so they can get home before it's too late. The stories this church shares of healings and life transformations and the presence of God in their midst is awe-inspiring. Now, Lynne continues, we desperately want to see the Almighty move in extraordinary ways, but I think we're hindered because, unfortunately, we live in an era and a nation consumed by clocks and the need to watch the time. I wonder if we'd see the glory of Jesus more often if we didn't have to rush off to meet unchurched family or get our children to some sporting event right after church. Would we see more people healed and set free of many of the things that trouble them if we could teach ourselves to spend all day in worship instead of just 1 hour that requires we look at the time at least twice to see how soon it will be over? Well, Lynne says, I'm as guilty as anyone. I lead worship, and as it nears the end, I am conscious of the time because I respect the schedules of those who worship with me. I try to make sure we don't run too far over. But how different would it be if I just kept worshiping, and if folks needed to leave, well, I let them leave? Would I get to see the glory of the Lord more often? Might I experience His presence and hear His voice and enjoy fellowship with His Spirit more often? Well, I can't guarantee that my worship space will change anytime soon. There's a lot of people to take into account. I'm guessing yours is the same way. However, I think each of us becomes more aware of our schedule, and as we begin to carve out more time for Christ, we might get to see His glory a little more often. Yeah. Lynne, that is a wonderful challenge for each of us, and I appreciate it. I want to express my appreciation to Lynne Modranski for sharing that. I think that's a very good word for all of us as we worship. Yeah. Lynne Modranski from West Virginia. She is an artist, a musician, a songwriter. She leads worship, and she's also an author. You can check out Lynne Modranski on the internet. She spells her first name Lynnne Modranski, Lynne Modranski. Please look her up on the internet. She's got a lot of great devotionals and things that she makes available to you. We've interviewed Lynne on the show a couple of times, and you can go to paulgibbsmusic.com. That's the new name for the existing website, paulgibbsmusic.com, and there's a link there to other resources for you, and you'll find a book there by Lynne Modranski. All right, Paul Gibbs along with you for the Jesscott Music Hour. We got a good 15 minutes or so left. I want to get to a Mark Cable song, yeah, and we're going to do that. And we also want to make sure that if we've got time, if not, we'll do it next time, okay? But I think we've got time to get to Ted Brennan's devotional, Consider This, all right? Here is Mark Cable with Love Your Neighbor 101. Yeah, here it goes like this.
I never was a genius, I never scored a 4.0,